Good morning or good afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are, to everyone. My name is James Murray, and I just wanted to take a couple minutes out of my day to talk to you guys and kind of tell you my story and how I came to be a Christian. Growing up, I grew up between Denver and Las Vegas. That's where my parents lived. I kind of bounced back and forth. In neither house was there anything religious. There was no religion in either house, so I kind of just grew up without any religion at all. Just kind of growing up as a kid, doing whatever kids do, whatever you want to do. And then I joined the Army, doing just a soldier, doing what soldiers want to do, right? Drinking, partying, doing whatever I want. And when I was stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas, deployed a couple times to Iraq. When not deployed, again, just doing whatever it is that soldiers want to do. And then we got a new soldier in to our unit, and every once in a while, he would just say something about church, or he would just say something about God, just a little thing. Not like he was like preaching to us, but he just, slipping the word in there, or he would just mention something about like when he was at church with his parents when he was a kid or something, and that's it. Just those little things, and those little things that just kind of go ignored, and we just keep carrying on doing whatever we were doing. And one night, I was 23 years old, so been an atheist my whole life, all the way these last 23 years, and not just a normal atheist, like, I don't care, I don't think much about it, that's it. It was like atheist where if someone were to bring up God or Jesus or whatever, I'd be like, well, let's argue about it, because it's fun for me for no reason, I don't know. And it was almost like aggressively atheist instead of just being atheist. And one night, I'm 23 years old. I'm sitting in bed with my wife. She's sleeping. The TV's on, and I just started thinking. I don't really know what I was thinking, and couldn't really explain at the time what I was feeling. But I just started thinking about like God and church and Jesus, and well, it's been 23 years, and I don't even know what those things are. So why am I thinking about something that I don't even know what that is? And I almost felt like I was like really confused, but then like I started feeling good. And I was like, well, you know what? Who's that guy in my platoon that said something about church or God that one time? Let me send him a text message. So I text message him, and I was like, hey, can you, what's up with Jesus? I don't remember exactly what I said, but it was like probably just a really weird question. What's up with Jesus? Can you tell me about Jesus? Something. And I didn't get a response immediately. I just kind of sat there. It was late at night, so I ended up falling asleep. I wake up the next morning, and he's like, I don't remember exactly what the response was, but something like, just a brief statement. Why do you ask? What's going on? He's probably like mounting his defense for me being like, well, guess what? Or me trying to be my aggressive atheist self. But I was like, actually, I'm just really curious. I just kind of want to learn and explore. Like, maybe we could like go to church. And little did I know, this whole time he had been having some struggles himself and was really wanting to get back into church, and probably just the world being what it is, we were holding him back. People like me who were like, yeah, you don't want to go to church, you want to come out, hang out with us. People like me were holding him back, and so it kind of it was perfect. I think I texted him at the right time, and I think I texted the right person. It was someone who took it seriously and taught me so much over such a short period of time. And we found a church nearby that we started going to, and I was blown away. Normally footballs was for Sunday. Sunday is for football and like drinking beer. That's what I would do, football and drinking beer. And then instead of doing that, I suddenly wanted to go to church. And all my friends were like really confused by it, and I was kind of confused by it myself, but I was like, no, I kind of just like want to go to church. Never thought I'd hear myself say that, but here we are at 23. I kind of just want to go to church with my buddy Trent. And so that's what we did. And it was great. And I was saved right there at 23. I got baptized in Junction City, Kansas, right outside Fort Riley. And that's kind of where my whole journey really began, was right there in Kansas with my friend Trent. And we just kept going to church. I just kept learning, kept trying to read the Bible. And then, so my wife also, I was married at this time, she was atheist. So now I'm a guy who's getting into God. I've now been saved, and so I want to give God some priority, give Jesus some priority in my life, and I'm going to church. And I'm going to church, and I'm just leaving my wife at home on Sundays because she's not interested. And there was a little bit of awkwardness in the household at the time. And then one day they started a softball team at the church that me and Trent were going to. And so I came home from Sunday morning church, and I was looking for my softball glove. My wife was like, well, why do you want your softball glove? And I was like, well, the church, they're starting a softball team, and my wife loves softball. And she grew up playing it. That's her sport, is softball. And she was like, well, I want to play. I was like, well, okay, just come out and play. You know, I don't know if there's like rules if you're not someone who goes to church here. I don't think they would have a rule like that. I don't know. I've been going to church like a month. I don't know what the rules are. Grab your glove, let's go on out, okay? So she comes out, and everyone's like, oh, hey, who are you? It's my wife. Oh, nice to meet you. And everyone's very friendly. There's no one who's like, you don't go here. You can't. Everyone was just welcoming, just like any other church I've ever been to ever, of course. Everyone's very welcoming. And then she was like, oh, man, these people are really nice. And then she started coming to more practices. And then I was like, hey, all those nice people, that's who I'm hanging out with Sunday mornings, you know, if you want to come to church. And at first she was like, no. And I think she's like, I know what you're doing, James. You're trying to get me to go to church with you. Okay. She caught on to me. And then eventually she was like, well, I'm not doing anything. Let's go. And then so after a few times of going to church, she was like, oh, I kind of like that. And then when I asked her what she liked about it, it was when we were singing songs about God and Jesus, she was like, I just kind of like feel something. I don't know what it is. She had never heard songs about God or Jesus or really ever cared too much about it, just like I hadn't. And then all of a sudden she's getting this feeling, and I was like, well, hey, let's just follow it. Let's just keep going. And we kept going, and we kept going, and then we ended up having to move to Germany. So we moved to Germany. We find another church. We keep going, and eventually she's really asking me a lot of questions about the Bible. I haven't even read the whole thing by this point, so I'm like, I don't know. Let's just keep going to church. Hopefully we'll get these answers. We kept trying to look stuff up, and then eventually she became a Christian. She professed her love for Jesus, and she was baptized in Germany. And then now we went from this atheist household doing whatever we wanted. Well, now we're both on the same team again. We're both Christians. We're both loving Jesus, loving life, going to church. Now we have 2 sons and a daughter on the way, and coming home from church on Sunday, got the kids singing their little Bible study songs, like the cutest thing in the world. And it's just, everything changed. Just that one moment, just getting this feeling, kind of trying to figure out what's going on. And I just asked. I asked someone who I thought knew, and I was correct. He did know. I just found someone that I trusted. And why did I trust him? I didn't even know him that well. I trusted him because he said something about God and church, and I just thought maybe that's the guy I should probably go to for advice, since I'm trying to learn about God and church and Jesus. And that's where it really all started, right there. Just sending one text message to a friend really kickstarted both of our lives right there, all in the right direction, because I was not headed in the right direction. I'll tell you that right now. So I say all that to say this, that God is good, and I'm really glad that I've had good Christian men along the way that I can trust and talk to, and who have led me in the right direction. Because I really came into the game late. At 23, I didn't know. You go to church and they're singing songs, and I don't know these lyrics because I've never heard this one before. Everyone else does. So you gotta trust the people that you're around. And every time we move, we find a new church, and just building the fellowship is just the greatest thing. And I just couldn't have asked for better friends and better men to be around than the churches that we've gone through in California, Georgia, Germany, and wherever else we go in life. And I just want to thank you guys for your time, and God bless.